Hi, my name is Mike Wallace and I run a tiny handmade chocolate company in Leeds called Tito Leoda's Confectionery. And this is my story about chocolate. In 2009 I decided that after a lifetime of eating chocolate and making chocolate using the same 4 recipes that my mum cut out of a copy of Good Housekeeping in the 1970s, that I'd learn how to temper chocolate properly and have a go at making some more professional chocolate. This led to a week-long course at Slattery's in Manchester, which was amazing. I learned so much. I learned recipes and techniques that I use to this day all the time. It was an incredible place. Slattery's is a Callebaut place. I'd never come across the brand before, was completely blown away by the quality, the incredibly short list of ingredients, and how well it reacted to heat. It's an incredible ingredient, and I rarely use anything else. The Christmas after I did that course, I made chocolates for everybody. I made enough chocolate to give some to everybody I came across over the holiday season that year. And this has set a trend. This is something that I've done pretty much every year since. I've just made a ton of sweets for everybody I know. It's a great Christmas present to give to people. I've never thought about doing this professionally, but I have done favours for friends and family. I've given workshops for local charities, ladies groups. A friend of mine once asked me to make 1,000 chocolate robots. I topped out at 764, something like that. I went through 10 kilos of Callebaut's Ariba chocolates over the space of a very big weekend, going through my domestic microwave. That was hectic and but a lot of fun. The thing that I'm most proud of, though, is being able to give a 5-minute lightning talk on chocolate in front of 400 people at Leeds Town Hall one January. Of course, because it was January, I'd made so much chocolate over the holiday season that I'd been able to make a ton of samples to give out at that thing, which made me very popular indeed. Earlier this year, I was invited to give a series of classes for a local food festival, Leeds Indie Food, and had a whale of a time doing it. I was delighted to have been asked and gave a couple of classes on making ganache and pralines and using techniques that I developed myself over the last couple of years. It was a lot of fun, and it made me think seriously about doing this professionally for the first time ever. In the years that I've worked with chocolate, I've never thought about taking it further. I do have a full-time job. I work in research computing, and making the leap from computers to chocolate seemed a bit of a strange thing to me. I've used chocolate as a hobby to get myself out of my headspace that I use for work. It's a change in focus. I enjoy making things that give other people pleasure, and this fulfills all those requirements. It's a creative hobby, and I thoroughly enjoy doing it. But that leap to professional had always kind of escaped me until this year. Last year, a friend's workshop had a fire, and she desperately needed to find new premises. She did find some new premises, which had a commercial kitchen. We're actually sat in her space now. And in order to help her out with the rent and everything like that, she asked if I'd be interested in moving into the kitchen. I deliberated for ages about this, for a couple of months, thinking about it, and in the end decided that yes, I would actually start a chocolate business. But I knew that I didn't have all the skills and experience that I needed to be able to do this sort of thing. I mean, it took hours of research just to find out about correct labelling for chocolate, which is something that I'd never even thought of before. So in October, I started selling my products in Fabrication in Leeds, which is a social enterprise shop. There are over 60 different creative artists and food producers and all kinds of creative industry people who exhibit their work in Fabrication, and we all kind of share the rent and borrow space, and it's a really nice collective environment, a supportive collective environment that we all help each other out with. I've also sold chocolates to a local restaurant, They wanted mint fondants and something to celebrate birthdays with. So of course I made champagne truffles. Again, all made using Callebaut chocolate. My biggest problem is time. Because I have a day job, which supports Taito Leodis, it subsidises it. My time in the kitchen is limited, and I don't have the time to make everything that I'd like to make. I've got ideas coming out all the time. I just don't have the time or resources to be able to commit to it that much. I do have a plan for moving from computers into chocolate, but it's a slow one, and it will take a couple of years. Taito Leodis is a fake Latin name. It means lead down. It's a conceit, really, on my behalf. But Leeds is a very friendly city. It's my adoptive city, and I'm incredibly proud of it. The number of chocolatiers here is quite small, and the number of handmade artisan chocolatiers, again, very small. And it's a great market to expand into. And I've been doing that. I've been getting vegan people on side and things like that. I have only had products on sale for 6 weeks at time of recording, by the way. So the Callebaut 5-day startup course sounds ideal for me. It'd give me a quick head start on what I need to know. It'll give me a lot of business information that I don't actually have at the moment, but I really feel like I need. And it'll give me the skills and techniques and recipes and experience using equipment that I'm not expecting to use just yet, but hope to in the near future. The most important thing, though, I think for me, would be professional decor. My chocolates are clearly handmade. They're good and they taste incredible, but they lack the professional finish that makes a really good confection something very special indeed. And the decor section of the course really looks like that, like it would help me along a lot. In the end, though, I think the course would help give me the confidence and skills to take that leap into the unknown, to be able to say, I want to do this business professionally, full-time, and I would love to be able to do the course just to get that leap, the spark that helps me do that. If you're at all interested in the chocolate robots thing that I mentioned earlier, I'll put a link in the email or description below. And if you'd like to watch my video from Better Culture, the 5-minute lightning talks at the Leeds Town Hall, I'll include a link to that as well. Thank you very much.